Hey there and welcome to Sims Sunday. My name is Pete and this is the series where we try to complete the entirety of The Sims 3. We'll start with the bare bones base game, no add-ons, no custom content, no mods, just the basic Sims 3. And as we roll into Sunset Valley, let's just quickly go through what this series is going to be about. Over the course of the game, which I will start with a young adult sim, I would like to reach level 10 in all careers, I would like to max out all skills, including the skill achievements, I would like to complete all lifetime wishes, as well as collect all gems, metals, rocks, beetles and butterflies. The completion of all these tasks will obviously span over the course of a few generations. And to add a bit of challenge, I have decided that our founder is going to become a professional athlete. That way his profession will not equip him with a skill set that allows us to make a ton of money in short time on the side. So in the first few episodes the struggle will be real. So let's get to it and meet Pete Complete. That guy of course does in no way, shape or form resemble myself. He is in fact more or less a result of the randomize button. Pete is obviously a male. That has reasons other than me just wanting to play a male character. He is a young adult, so that gives us the maximum time to achieve what we want to do with him. And in anticipation of a wish that might pop up later in the game, I have already maxed out his muscle size and muscle definition sliders. And if you want to get a closer look, here is Pete's face in a close-up. I will quickly go through his outfits with you, before we then have a look at his traits. For his everyday outfit, I have decided to remain fairly casual, but also to reflect his athletic background with the blue running sneakers. His formal wear is going to be a blue striped suit. I am a big fan of the black suits in the game, but they tend to be a bit overused. His sleepwear is where I decided that Pete definitely needs to show off those abs of his. And the athletic outfit is probably the one that we will see him use most next to the everyday outfit, and I kept it fairly basic, just added the weightlifting gloves as a nice touch. And lastly, the swimwear, not a lot to talk about here. And now onto his personality, and we'll start with his sign. I just took what the randomize button gave me here and didn't bother with it. Signs don't really matter at this point since we do not have a late night. I have set his favorite food to be autumn salad. That is something we can create with very little ingredients and without practice very early. Favorite music pop, favorite color lime green. That doesn't really have an impact, and his voice also remains fairly basic. Not too high, not too low. And now my favorite part. Let's discuss traits. Now, the athletic trait is of course a no-brainer since we want to pursue the professional athlete career. Thanks to a rather unfortunate financial situation in the early game, we will also spend a lot of time outdoors. That's why I chose the loves the outdoors trait. Up next is one of my favorite traits in the entirety of the Sims franchise, and that's over-emotional. This trait boosts all your moodlets, be it positive or negative, by a whopping 25%. That means as long as we can keep Pete happy, he will be even happier. Number 4 on the list is Schmoozer. That is a lovely trait to have if your job requires you to befriend your coworkers, and the athletic career does. And last but not least, one of the must-have traits for every sim I create, workaholic. This trait allows us to use a computer to work from home or the library, and especially on the higher career levels can cash in some serious money. And finally, Pete's lifetime wish is obviously going to be become a superstar athlete. Reaching level 9 of the athletic career track, that shouldn't be a problem. And now let's jump into the game and play some Sims. And when I said we would have some financial struggles early on, that was no lie. Our residence of choice will be the biggest empty lot that we can find in Sunset Valley, costing us a total of 14,700 simoleons. That leaves us with 1,800 to spend, not exactly a lot to get started. Okay, here we are standing on the white grasslands that we now call our home. The first wish that Pete has, and that I just promised him, is to join the athletics career. And let's get started with that. And while Pete is on his way to become a professional athlete, we can already queue up what we want to do next. And that would be to visit the working friend's household, specifically Ayesha Ansari, who we can find outside here. Alright, Pete has made it to the stadium and can now join the athletics career. The working hours are a bit unusual for that, because we have the entire morning off. That also means we will have to adjust our sleep rhythms accordingly. Pete's next wish is to work from home thanks to the workaholic trait, and we will get to that as well. For now, let's take the cab and visit Ayesha. Ayesha Ansari is the reason I play a male character. She has excellent traits, is also a young adult, and works very well alongside another athletic sim. So I'll make no secret out of it, Ayesha is going to move in with us ASAP, and then we'll also get working on the whole love side of things. I have also decided against gold digging one of the richest sims in the game, because that would completely remove the entire early game challenge. We will have to change her from the criminal to the law enforcement career, because that just fits a lot better, but we'll get to that. For now, let's start with a friendly introduction, and sparks are flying already. Then ask about her work, and after that we can basically spam the express need for exercise option, because they are both athletic sims who will respond very well to that. Throw in a couple compliments, boosted by the schmoozer trait, and we should have Ayesha up to friend status in no time. And while I use the fast forward option to just speed up the conversation a bit, you will see how quickly the friendship meter fills. And getting that meter up is crucial for us, because we want her to move in with us today. So now that our relationship status has changed to friends, we will be on the lookout for the ask to move in option. I forgot to mention, Ayesha starts the game off as single, so we won't have to worry about any potential partners in the process. And here we go, asked to move in, that means we can delete all other queued up conversation options, and let's see if it works. Perfect. Ayesha will provide us with roughly 1200 simoleons, which we can put to good use. So let's make Pete complete and Ayesha Ansari our active household, and that chalks off one big to-do for day one. Now to finalize the moving in process, Ayesha will have to visit our home lot once. In the meantime, I have sent Pete to the gym to train, and then for Ayesha there is one thing I would like to do while she's already here. And that is to sell a book from her inventory. That book is worth a ton of money, and with an empty lot in front of us, there are more pressing issues than books. With that book sold and at least 3500 simoleons in our account, we can then head into the buy menu. Now, all of our Sims needs, apart from sleep, can be fulfilled in the gym. For sleep, we want to make sure both our Sims spend as little time as possible on it. That means we buy the best bed available. Yes, we could have probably bought a small starter home from that, but that is not going to be my priority. And now you also see why I chose the Loves the Outdoors trait. Next up, we want to get Ayesha a fitting career, and that is law enforcement. Afterwards, she will go to the library to raise her logic skill. And now let's check out what Pete is up to. Pumping iron like a madman, and he will continue to do so for the next hours. Let's quickly promise Ayesha to learn the logic skill, since that's what we're going to do anyways, and then we confirm that she wants to change careers. Beautiful. So she'll head over to the library now to learn logic, which means the next few hours will be pretty uneventful. Pete will continue to weightlift and she will be reading books, not much to show there. Alright, Pete just reached level 1 of the athletic skill. Keep it up, Pete, you have at least 2 more to go today. That also fulfills his wish of learning the skill and gives us a few points that we can eventually spend on lifetime rewards later. Let's also promise him to do a cardio workout and go jogging. We'll probably not get to that today, but pretty soon. And then let's quickly fast forward his workout session here, because he's pretty close to reaching level 2 already. And there it is, level 2 of the athletic skill. I would like to reach level 3, that would put us in an excellent position to get immediately promoted at work tomorrow. And Pete's training session is nearing its end, that means we can already line up a shower as well as a quick meal to have afterwards. And now Ayesha has reached level 1 in logic, fulfilling her wish to learn that skill and also getting her closer to the promotion tomorrow. And here it is, level 3 for Pete. And now he has the wish to work out until fatigued, and we will grant him that. Excellent. Now please go take a shower. And while he does that, we can already line him up to work from home in the library. At this point, this won't really help us out financially, but it fulfills his wish. Speaking of fulfilling wishes, Pete has now completed his workout, earning him 450 lifetime happiness points. We can also already promise him to reach level 4 of the athletic skill, probably doing so with a cardio workout and tackle a few wishes at the same time. Meanwhile, Ayesha is still working on that logic skill and we see her bladder need increase. That means we can already queue up a visit to the toilet, and now that she has reached level 2, also have her take a quick meal at the gym. Here we can catch a quick look at Pete, who seems to have trouble getting into the shower. He will therefore skip ahead to the quick meal. We'll fix that later. Ayesha owns a laptop, which is immensely useful, since we can have her play computer games directly in the gym. That way we can get our fun meter up and increase our mood, which increases the output of lifetime happiness points that we receive while we're sleeping. We've also promised her to learn the athletic skill, which is something she will need eventually as a law enforcement officer anyway. With Ayesha now nearing level 3 of the logic skill, we also have Pete joining her in the library. And now Ayesha is done and will head over to the gym, while Pete will work from home, then take a toilet break and then also play video games. Though a work from home will entirely be used to fulfill his wish and not to make any money, that means as soon as the wish is fulfilled, I will cancel the activity. Alright, 500 lifetime happiness points and a whopping 3 simoleons. Here's Ayesha enjoying the rest of her meal, and now that she's finished, she will spend the entire evening playing video games. I have also already queued up for her to go to bed. And while she plays some racing game, it comes to no one's surprise that Pete participates in sports games. And for both our sims we want to max out the having a blast moodlet, which caps out at 8 hours. And for Pete we also see that the moodlet that is normally a plus 40 mood is now, thanks to over emotional, a plus 50. Okay Pete, you had enough fun, time to go to bed early today. And Ayesha, same thing for you. Okay, it's 10 PM, Pete has arrived at the home lot, not much going on here, and he will now go to bed. And with that outfit, Ayesha is probably going to like what she sees when she comes home. And here she is, half an hour later, also ready to go to sleep, next to the man that she just met a few hours ago and that she now lives with. Oh Sims, never change. Alright, that's it for the first episode of Sims Sunday. I quite enjoyed this and will continue to have it as a weekly series. I obviously can't link you to the next episode in the outro since that one isn't done yet, but feel free to check out my channel where you can find a completionist playthrough of Mirror's Edge and also my currently ongoing Mass Effect series. And that's it for today, I'll see you next time, cheers.